Thank you, thank you. I would like you to welcome Debbie Christian from the Auburn Food Bank that you know, and Lory and Larson, who is the Director of Housing Services, is that correct?
Yes.
For Valley Cities, for a quick update on our recently opened Ray of Hope Resource Center. So I will just turn it over to these highly qualified individuals to update you on the progress.
Well, we opened a couple weeks ago, and it has been busy and full ever since. We're pretty excited about our ability to see what we can do to help people make a little bit of change in their life, and sometimes that little bit of change is just the fact that they need an ID or their driver's license back, and it can get them into another whole world of opportunity. Just having your driver's license and ID will get you back into jobs. So it'll also let you, receive your mail at a location. It'll help you with DSHS and food stamps and all kinds of other places. So that was an easy fix for most of this. We know that there's a lot of large problems, and we are taking some intake information from each one and trying to then categorize these problems and see what we can do. Nothing in the larger scale of things will be fast, but it's giving them a piece of hope, a ray of hope, that there might be a chance at coming off the street and living differently from now on. And so that's been pretty exciting. I told you before, we're asking everybody to do something while they're there. They can't just sit and sleep and relax all day, even though life is hard on the street. It's tiring, and it's mentally exhausting. And so there will be some of that in the beginning, but right away we started saying, there's cigarette butts outside on the sidewalk, and they're all around the building outside, not the building property, but the street. And could you go out and do that? Could you just go pick up cigarette butts? That's a little, I don't want to do that. Who wants to go do that? But readily, people went out and did that. And one gentleman in particular, he took from Cascade all the way up to I Street, and then he went to 26, which is the far side of Valley Cities, and came clear down to 24th and cleaned that whole area. And so you're stooping over. We finally bought garbage picker-uppers here the other day for him, but down on his hands and knees picking up all of this stuff. And so we gave him a gift card to a fast food restaurant for the weekend. There is no dinner on Saturday. There is one on Sunday afternoon, but that ended up being his only resource for food over the weekend, and was that gift card that we had given him. So when I walked out Friday night, we were cleaning up and walking out, and one of the gentlemen said, I am so proud of this place. I really want to keep it clean and going, and so that just really touched me. When we put the building on the property, one of the things we thought a lot about was the placement of the front doors. And we know that people in town, you, me, don't like what we see sometimes when we see grocery carts all over the place, piles of crud laying someplace. So let's move the front door so it's not to the street. So let's turn that building around so the back side is to the street. So that'll make a huge difference in visibility. There was a lot of overgrown brush there that hadn't been taken care of, and rightly so. This is just a piece of property that's been laying there. One of our homeless gentlemen has had a home a few years ago. He still has some of his tools. He brought his blower down and his lawnmower, and he mowed that whole thing and blew it all off. We needed skirting around the building, and I picked up the phone and called a friend, and I said, hey, Ron, I think you know somebody in the motor home business or the mobile home business. What do you think about putting skirting on that building? And he said, consider it done. So skirting went in on Thursday morning all day, we look a little more permanent. That looks really nice. And all free labor that came in. Valley Cities here one day said, oh, maybe we could buy that. I said, do not buy anything without looking at it first. We're going to get free stuff. We're not going to pay to live here. So that's been coming along. People are donating a lot. So I put in even on Facebook Friday morning, I said, we're going to start showers next week, and we need towels. And Eric Robertson went down to Fred Meyer immediately and came back with 4 sets of towels and hand rags. So, that kind of generosity is out here. There's a lot of people who want to see this be a success. They want to see it be a success. We have several here tonight. I hired staff so that I'm not living over there. which is very helpful. So Valerie, would you wave? Valerie's our lead, and then Starla and
Doors are
Lauren.
open Monday through Friday from 10 to 3:30, so stop by if you'd like.
Yeah. Lauren and Starla have also been resource people, workers for Valley Cities in the past, and so they have a lot of knowledge that they came with on resources. A couple of them back there we've made lead volunteers in taking care of laundry and shower needs. One of them who's going to get his license is also then going to drive the food bank van and volunteer, and when they need to get into Kent for getting their driver's license taken care of, because that's the only place to go now, he will be driving them over there for us. And so there will be a little bit of also maybe going around to, if we hear that someone's at the park and can't walk that far, don't have a bike or whatever, we can make some rounds and try to help pick them up and bring them over so that they can get there. So pretty excited. It's been a blessing.
And I'm Lory and Larson, and Ken wanted to apologize. He couldn't be here for a family emergency, so he asked me to step in and speak today. I'm the Director of Housing, and I also work with all the homeless services, outreach services for Valley Cities. And one of the things that I would like to piggyback on with the driver's license, it may seem like a simple thing, but in order to get housing, you need a driver's license. And so it's a first step for everything. And so this is really great opportunity to move people through that continuum. They need a driver's license to get services. They need a driver's license to get employment. And so just having a place to get a driver's license, to be able to sit down for a minute, you can start mapping out, what can I do next? And so where some people might say, oh, it's just a driver's license. It's one of the biggest pieces along with the Social Security card. And so those are the pieces that we want to help to fill in the gaps. We're committed to helping the populations that are being served at the Ray of Hope. We see this as a continuum of our campus. I see that block as a campus. We have Valley Cities Landing, where we're serving elder adults and veterans with housing and support services. We have now the Ray of Hope, where we can do the day center outreach. We have Phoenix Rising, where we're serving young adults, and we have the cafe, which will be opening up to the public very soon, and then we have our Auburn Clinic. And with that host span of that Auburn campus, as I call it, we're able to meet all of the needs of the individuals who will be coming into the Ray of Hope, at least at some point. We have navigators and care coordinators that are coming over to check in with folks to see if there's any way that we can meet their needs. And then also showing them, hey, if you just want to come back over to Valley Cities, we can do an intake. We can, what would you like? How can we meet you where you are? How can we support you? And so we're doing everything in our power just to partner and to support the community as well as the individuals who are coming to the Ray of Hope. Finally, I think the biggest piece that I've noticed is prior to the Ray of Hope, we had a lot of challenges at Phoenix Rising with transients, and we have a security company. And the security company had been working really hard to try to minimize any of the issues that were happening with the young adults at Phoenix Rising. And we had a lot of people, transients, who were leaving a lot of trash and sleeping on the properties. And since Ray of Hope opened, it's actually decreased. And so we're going to have ups and downs. We're going to have cycles and trends. It's going to get better, and probably we'll have challenges where something might happen. But I think that by providing these services, we are able to give hope, and it gives people an opportunity to move forward with the next step of what they need to do in their lives to really feel full, healthy, and well. And so I'm just excited that we're able to partner. We utilize the food bank for our residents and for our cafe, and so we already have a great partnership, but this even extends it further. We're also going to be partnering with Catholic Community Services. We have a contract through the end of this year to provide a nighttime shelter at our Auburn Clinic. So they can go from the Ray of Hope, and then they can get services at Auburn Clinic, as well as stay the evening for the nighttime shelter, and hopefully we'll be able to transition them into permanent housing from there. We'll be able to get them with navigators that are going to be able to help them to enroll in CEA, get the VI SPDAT done, maybe even on site at the shelter, and then get them transitioned into housing if that's what they would like.
Orion has been down. They spent a good hour with Valerie and are working on an interview process where they can come over to Orion will come down to our center, give some interviews, talk to them about getting jobs with Orion. As you know, Orion takes a lot of felonies, a lot of barriers that weigh from them so that they can get jobs and get them back into the workplace. And so having them walk through the door and saying, hey, we're here to help, as well as WorkSource that was right across the street show up. It's been really amazing to watch. I always say this anyways, Auburn steps up when it needs to, but sorry, I don't know what that was for. But, this was, I think this is, and no offense to my friends back here, the homeless community doesn't get looked at very popularly or positively either. And they know it, and we all know it. And so when something like this comes open and we're trying something really sort of big and out of the box here for Auburn maybe, and then people just start stepping up. I mean, I can't tell you the emails from people. I get emails anyways who say, let me come help at the food bank or let me help at the dinners or whatever, but these have been different people calling in and saying, let me come help at the homeless shelter, let me come see what we can do. So it's been really, really exciting to see that, and we all know that it can't happen if we're not all in this together, so.